Hello, it's a Cryolady again. So I'm just doing my second routine, which is blemish repair. So you lost 6 minutes. Anyway, so I mentioned one nasty neighbour sausage, but there is one to a lesser degree, and we'll call her Batty P. Now, Batty P's lived here for a number of years, and everything's been fine. Everything's fine. We, had a good relationship with her. We would chat with her. Now, she's an older lady, so that's why I say to a lesser degree. Anyway, my husband, Phil, over the years, he's done a lot for her. He's repaired her gate for her. He's cleaned out her gutters twice on her property for free. Now, my husband has his own business and he could charge for that, but we never did. We just did it because, that's what you do when you're a good neighbour. He pressure washed her pathway from her house and also around the side of her house. Again, he could charge for that because he does have his own business, but he didn't. He did that for free, no problems. He bled all her radiators for her because the heating wasn't working properly and the radiators needed bleeding, and he is a plumber, so he could have charged that, but he didn't. He just did it for free. Why not? It's just nice, isn't it? Why wouldn't you? I'm trying to think of all other things. There's lots of other things. And then I believe it was last year, Snoops I think he'd just gone out to put something in the bin when he looked over and he spotted her lying on a car park, bleeding. She'd fallen over, so Snoops went over to go and get her help. He ran actually because she was a little bit further away from her house, so he went and quickly knocked on one of the other neighbours' door, and he came out, and then he came and got me because, like I say, I used to be a nurse. I used to be a psychiatric nurse, but when you're a psychiatric nurse, I've done a lot of physical care. I've done wound care, first aid, I've done CPR, I've done all sorts of things, all kinds of things. So, and I've dealt with all that kind of stuff before. So basically, Snoops got her back into her house, and the other neighbour was there, and then I came over and I took over looking after her, and we waited with her until her friend arrived and also her son arrived. So, like I say, only ever been nice to her, only ever helped her out. Absolutely fine, no problems. And again, that was pretty much okay until Sausage moved in. Now, he's been divulging, I guess, what he believes is our personal information to. This is out of date information, by the way. But she also believes that we don't own our house, and also we've caught her going through our bins. We have a video of her going through our bins, okay? We caught her red-handed doing it, which was pretty funny, and was funny. So obviously, as you can imagine, the relationship has deteriorated, but we don't retaliate. We just don't have anything to do with her. We don't have anything to do with her. One day, she's just kind of burnt her boats, and it's not that she doesn't have money. She's got plenty of money. I'm absolutely certain. She's not some poor hard up person. She really isn't, believe me. So my husband was going around cleaning up some of the neighbours' gutters. Batty P's taken to getting someone around, obviously, to do hers. They just need doing quite frequently. But the person that she gets around to do hers does like this real half-assed job. It's hilarious. Anyway, Phil was out cleaning gutters. She was out the front with Tubbs, her son, and she says to Tubbs, "Do you think he'll come and do mine?" And Tubbs said, "I shouldn't think so." Anyway, this all, like I say, we caught her going through our bins, and that's a bit of a concern. She was, God knows what she was looking for, but you know, sometimes you throw an envelope that might contain something, you know, personal information, and you don't think about it because you don't think that your neighbour is going to be going through your bins. But she was going through my bins. So obviously I'm thinking, what next? You know, where is this ever going to end? What have we ever done to her? And actually, one day I went outside. The bin men had been, and she decided she was dancing around in front of our house because we've had to have security cameras put in because of her and because of Sausage. And she was dancing around at the top of our steps, sort of waving her arms like some demented loon. And which was amusing because I've got that on video. And then, because I was watching her through our Blink cameras, she got our bins. I mean, why? You know, what's the obsession with this? She got our bins and she dragged them into the middle of the car park. So anyway, I spoke to her through the doorbell and I said, "What are you doing? What are you doing, Batty P?" I didn't call her Batty P. But I said, "What are you doing?" She didn't say anything, so I thought, right, I'll just go outside and I'll go and get them back. So I went outside. She's at the top of the steps standing there, and I turned around to speak to her and I said, "Why are you doing this?" And she went to hit me around the head. I ducked out of the way, and then I just carried on, got the bins, pulled them back, and I said, "What's brought this on? Why are you being like this? We've been nothing but..." She goes, and she goes this cackly old witch voice. "So you think you own your house, do you?" And I said, "Well, yeah, we do." "No, you don't." And she goes, "No, you don't. No, you don't." What has it got to do with... I've never had a conversation about the status. I mean, I've never had to. Why would I? Would you just go and have a chat with a random person to tell them, you know, I guess effectively the state of your finances and your accommodation status, whether you know, what's it's not whether you rent or whether you own a property. What's it got to do with them? Anyway, I could easily prove it within 5 seconds because it was funny. I was in the house and I was going through, just previous to this, I was tidying some stuff off my daughter's bedroom, and inexplicably I found a letter, a large A4 letter. It was copies of stuff from the land registry, changing the registration of this property to myself and my husband. I mean, I had it inside the door, but again, why should I? So I'm not going to. And she's more curious about it than I am. And then she also said, you know, and I said, "Really, what has brought this on?" And she goes, "You're a liar." And I certainly am not, but whatever. A deluded little fantasy world that she inhabits. And she also goes, "What about you being married?" Yes, I'm married. I've been married at that point for 7 years. Because all of this happened last year. So yeah. And I said, "What have we ever done for you?" I said, "We've done nothing." But she stood there silent, and I said, "We've done nothing but help you." I said, "When you fell over, it was myself and Snoops. Snoops picked you up and got you into your house." I said, "And I stayed with you until your friend and your son arrived. You know, I said, and this is what you do in return. But she's way too far gone, his old Batty P. Anyway, like I say, I don't, do I care? I'd rather it wasn't going on. I think sausage is more of a threat because I truly believe, and this is having worked as a psychiatric nurse and having worked with lots of people, I mean, you know, forensic psychiatry, acute general psychiatry, all that kind of business. He has no harm in attacking people. So he doesn't have a problem in attacking people because he's attacked two people already, and he threatened one of the women that live here with a spade. She had her grandchildren with her at the time. So I don't know, he could have, you know, I think he's definitely got the capacity to do something. He's more of a loose cannon. Batty P, no, I'm not afraid of her. I couldn't give a stuff about the old bat. But sausage, yeah, he's definitely got something going on there. But I don't really have the time or the inclination to sit down and work out exactly what it is. Anyway, nasty neighbours. Why? Why do they do it? Why? What do you think I should do? Any ideas? All welcome.